One of the most common fan theories about Tammy Slayton is that she's a narcissist.
How the fuck do you expect somebody to do great and be great if y'all keep holding me down? True friends would ride or die, would ride with me until I died.
But how much have we done for Tammy, man? But she ain't here when we need her.
The way she sees it is she can't.
Let me be. Let me be great.
You gotta wonder why it is Tammy does what she does.
Step on that scale and show me,
I'm not
bitch.
doing it.
Now, I don't know if she's a narcissist, I'm not a therapist, but my theory is that Tammy feels like an extreme victim, as is perfectly summed up by her iconic phrase, "Try being my size, Amy, you don't know how it is." And if we look at her behavior through this lens of extreme victimhood, her narcissistic traits begin to make a lot of sense. Also, if you haven't already checked out my behavior change guide to breaking bad habits and getting motivated, there's more info at the end of this video. Starting with entitlement. One of the most infuriating things about Tammy is that she feels entitled to her siblings' care.
It could be worse. I could be completely bedbound. Y'all could be changing my bedding every day. Could be using the bathroom in the bed, and somebody had literally have to help me roll over and wipe me and clean me up. I do it myself. So they need to be a little bit more thankful.
Did anyone else's jaw literally drop when they heard Tammy say that for the first time? It is totally shocking. Studies have found that people who feel like victims or like life has been unfair to them feel entitled to behave selfishly.
Tammy thinks I should do everything for her without a simple thank you. She takes people for granted. But now I need to be there with my son. I decided next week we'll be interviewing home health nurses.
What the Amy needs to quit being lazy and pushing the issue of the nurse. I have no clue what's going on with her right now. The only thing I can think of
Gauge.
is that she don't want to help take care of me.
Victims feel like they're owed something because in their view, life has been unfair to them.
It's harder on me to get up and do things for myself, and you know it is.
I'm just not your slave. I do not have to do
I'm not
everything
trying to
for
make you my slave.
If it ain't for you or about you, you throw a little hissy fit. It's always about you.
It is never about
It's all
me.
about you.
If someone adopts the perspective that they're this incapable victim, it can become like its own addiction, and they can end up becoming incredibly selfish. An addiction to viewing yourself as a victim might be considered a form of narcissism, as the world begins to feel like it revolves around the victim, but for all the wrong reasons. The next trait is Tammy's lack of empathy. On the Slayton vacation, Tammy manages to make the entire thing about herself. First, by refusing to stay at the cabin.
Well, we are home for the week. No. We're gonna be, yes, we are. You're gonna have to come in because we ain't going home tonight.
Get out of my face.
I'm not taking her home tonight.
I'm not playing, I'm not leaving.
I don't want to leave either.
We just want you to go in.
I don't want to go in.
Then by starting a fight at the only family activity she went to.
You're not gonna keep hollering at me like that. Everybody's bent over backwards. It's rude.
Been over backwards my ass. You ain't done nothing but run your out like always.
Is that what it? She's the one that's acting like a dummy.
How about you just shut up for
Why don't
once?
you get out that chair and make
Wheel, bitch.
And also demanding to be driven in a separate vehicle after said fight.
I'm not going back with him. I'm done. I tried. Y'all can go. I'm not going back with her. I will kill her.
And finally, by deciding to go home early, making everyone stress and changing the focus from spending time together to raging at Tammy's behavior. You'll notice that not once during this entire trip does Tammy try and think about the way she might be making her family feel. In fact, she almost never thinks about them or their needs. She is laser focused on having her needs met.
So, in a wheelchair, how do you think, does it help your mobility, your freedom, so to speak?
I guess. I mean, I know it helps y'all out. I understand having a wheelchair with electricity, whatever, is easier on my family, like pushing me and stuff, but I don't like it.
You don't?
You gotta get used to it.
I didn't want the thing in the first place. So I'm wondering if this is For me, or is it for them? As usual, you gotta make everything about you. That's why I didn't want to come.
Think about how actually difficult it would be to push around somebody who weighs almost 700 pounds.
To push Tammy, it's just like you working 2 12-hour shifts back to back.
Also, pretty nice gift. This thing is like over 3,000 bucks. There's just no empathy there from Tammy. There's absolutely no attempt to try and see things from her siblings' point of view. Everything is on her terms. It's as if she genuinely feels like her needs are more important than everyone else's.
If somebody that size like rolls backwards and hit one of us, it's gonna really hurt us.
Stop it. My shoe came off.
Amy, get behind me.
Especially when I was one behind there and I'm pregnant. I could have lost my child.
And maybe this is because Tammy is just not very capable of being empathetic, which would make sense if she sees herself as an extreme victim. I mean, Tammy absolutely does have special needs at her size, but this obsession with them to the point that you always come first is definitely a very narcissistic trait. But of course, Tammy doesn't see it that way.
I want to know who's going to take one for the team and take her fat ass home, because it ain't going to be me.
Not
It ain't going to be me.
Why can't I go home now?
We have no way of getting you home.
Because if we go, then we're not gonna have a vehicle here.
our vacation.
Oh, yeah. It's always about y'all.
You're trying to interrupt our vacation.
I ain't interrupting nobody's vacation. I come here for y'all. I'm there to bend over backwards for them, and they won't act like this. Call me the child. It's just like another day in Slayton House. Great family.
Tammy clearly lives in a very distorted version of reality.
As usual, you gotta make everything about you.
Can you walk to the gravel?
When your mind clings to a narrative such as, I'm always the victim, you experience the world differently. You experience the world in accordance with that belief. And in order to protect this narrative at all costs, Tammy can't be in the wrong ever. No matter what goes down, Tammy never takes responsibility for her partner.
Everything was going smoothly until Amanda started. I mean, it's Amanda for you.
Those with the victim mentality, addicts, and narcissists all struggle taking responsibility for their actions. It's never their fault in their eyes. And it's not just people that the blame gets pushed off to. In Tammy's case, her physical condition is her favorite scapegoat. Here we have some weight gain, Chris being disappointed.
That's up.
Cue Tammy's reaction.
Help me, boss. I'm struggling to do exercises because of the pain.
Her condition and thus her victim mentality are probably how she justifies to herself why she doesn't have to make an effort, why she can be mean, why she's special and entitled to different treatment and can be held at a lower standard.
But she ain't here when we need her.
The way she sees it is she can't.
And possibly Tammy's worst trait, emotional manipulation. In a weird way, Tammy's position as the family victim makes her special. She can't do basic life tasks without assistance. Everyone who loves her has to spend a chunk of time worrying about her. Tammy seems to know this and use it to her advantage.
I will literally flip my.
You've already flipped your. What the hell? That's normal.
Everyone walks on eggshells around Tammy, waiting for her to explode. And when she does, it's everyone else's job to come and clean up the mess.
Did you really eat 32 meals in 2 days?
You're lying. You're lying, though. Stop that.
I'm not lying.
You're finna make me mad, Amy. Stop.
This behavior is tolerated presumably because Tammy has been and is in an awful state and has an addiction and her family loves her. But in a messed up way, this is a form of power.
Telling Tammy anything is nerve-wracking because you just don't know how she's gonna act. We're thinking about getting a bigger place.
Tammy used this knowledge to guilt trip her family, particularly Amy. When Amy moves, Tammy starts partying immediately, and in my opinion is passive-aggressively trying to punish Amy for moving on without her.
How many nights a week you party, do you think?
Oof. Baby. Probably every night. What else I got to do?
Oh.
Right. You do it your way, I'll do it mine.
time. She uses her victim status to do whatever she wants and then avoid the consequences after. And if she's doing this intentionally, she may not be losing weight because obviously she doesn't want to in some way. And obviously to some degree, Tammy doesn't want the independence, provably. She doesn't want the electric wheelchair or even the stove that they got her.
We got it to help you be more independent.
It's like, here, bitch, start cooking. Return the cinder.
Meaning that she in some ways is okay with the situation that she's in. Ultimately, there's no way to know if Tammy is truly a narcissist, or if she's just an addict, or if it's a product of the victim mentality, or a million other psychological reasons that are beyond my scope and beyond what we could possibly surmise from a TLC show. This video is sponsored by me and my behavior change guide to breaking bad habits and getting motivated. My guide blends everything I've learned about the science of behavior change. I'll be teaching you a 3-step change process. And I've used this exact method successfully on everything from waking up earlier to ending procrastination. It comes with a guide, exercises, and printable workbook. Click the link in the description box to get your guide or watch the explainer video to learn more. If you like this video, you may not have seen this video of mine on Amy's motivation when she smashed her weight loss journey, or any of my other 1,000 Pound Sisters videos.